Hello, my sweet dear magical friends. Welcome, willkommen to your Scorpio new moon happening on November the 1st, 2024. This is reaching the patrons early, so if you like to get lots of different content, tarot, astrology, everything energy mastery, learning how to lucid dream, astral project, telekinesis, remote view, all of it is on the Patreon for $11.11. I love it. I couldn't delete the middle tiers, so if you are feeling called to support these messages on YouTube, to support the schooling and the education on Patreon, the additional messages, feel free to hop on one of the middle tiers. And then the very highest tier is for mentorship. And you get your personalized transit trackers from me every month. You get one-to-one coaching. You get, all of the 𝚑𝚎𝚎𝚅, like just sort of like spiritual concierge services. Okay, so the Scorpio new moon, it's happening November the 1st. It's a new moon. The moon and the sun are together in the sign of Scorpio at 9 degrees. The big thing about this new moon is that the rulers, and Scorpio has two rulers, Mars and Pluto, they are in an opposition, which means that they are like as far apart as they could possibly be before, like they're in a complete 180-degree angle to each other. So that's a big deal. Mars at the very end, 29th degree of Cancer, and Pluto at the 29th very end degree of Capricorn. So it's pretty epic. And then we also have this moon at 9 degrees of Scorpio making a trine, which is a harmonious 120-degree angle to Saturn retrograding in the sign of Pisces. And this is the best. This is like the most like loveliest. This is the best we're getting out of this new moon. So whenever there's a new moon, it's the beginning of a new cycle. It's a seed. It's the beginning of an idea that'll eventually become, if you're a writer, this would be like the idea for a story that you're going to flesh out. For some people, it's like the seed feeling that's going to be a relationship, or, just like the inception moment, the conception, the very, very beginning of something. So what I'm getting from this, and you guys know me, that everything is always like how I read it, like the way I contextualize astrology is always to support Saturn and stabilizing whatever Saturn wants us to stabilize at any given moment in time. Assist Pluto in transforming that area of life, wherever they happen to be, whatever they're doing at the time. And then the North Node and the South Node, dealing with our hunger, like this yearning for growth in the future as we alchemize, heal, and release blockages of the past with the South Node, wherever these nodes, and the nodes are the ecliptic, the moon's ecliptic. And so that's how I always see everything. That's how I always read everything. And then everything else in the chart, yes, you have Uranus that's helping us to liberate and break free. You have Jupiter, who is blessing us with opportunities, either for like outward opportunities or inner growth and expansion. And then Neptune is always just freaking weird little Neptune. I'm kidding. But like, creative, spiritual healing. And then all the inner planets, the faster moving energies, are more like day to day, what we're doing to serve the agenda, ultimately, of Saturn. I'm a karma girl. I'm a Saturn girl. So be that as it may, it's a new moon happening at 9 degrees of Scorpio. And this is stamina. Okay. This is like this new moon, whatever is happening. And when the moon is dark, so I'm going to even say from like October, for my patrons, October the 28th, like October the 28th until November 1st, November 2nd, it could be like I always say, never freak out about your life on a dark moon. When the moon is very, very dark, there's literally zero energy. It's a down period. It's about resting and relaxing and intuiting and rejuvenating. Just like it's really a big deal if you have insomnia and you can't sleep. Like it's like a big red flag. It's one of the core things that we need to recharge from the spirit world so that we can continue to create reality. We're all creating reality with our electromagnetic energy field. That is everyone's contribution to this collective reality. And when we go to sleep at night, we are interdimensional beings. And so everyone recharges, not just like your body, but you're also like rejuvenating the spirit so that when you're awake and you are creating and you're channeling, because you are creating and you're channeling while you are awake and reinforcing the collective reality, you have the juice and the energy to do that. That's why if you suffer from insomnia or if you've ever just gone a really long time without sleeping, you start to feel hollow. You start to feel empty. You start to feel like a non-person or like a zombie because you have not had that interdimensional recharge of your battery. Okay. So New Moon in Scorpio, it's giving us emotional stamina and psychic stamina to accomplish a new scorpionic goal for ourselves. Guys, it's Scorpio. I would choose something witchy. I would choose something energetic. I would choose healing. I would choose something of the higher vibration. This could even be great for like abstinence or renouncing and rejecting negativity. I would use it as a purge. Scorpio rules the butthole and like poop and like the pooper and, you know, like waste management. So I would, and like deep regenerative healing. So I would choose something like that personally. If you want to get sober, if you want to, you know, anything like that. But it's going to, no matter what, you have to use something going in that Scorpio area of life to stabilize Pisces, the crises in Pisces. So ultimately the agenda is for you, it could be a creative passion project. It could be deeper subconscious healing, physical healing, health healing, sobriety. It could be romantic. It could be spiritual goals, spiritual endeavors. It could be inspiring. Like there's some, you know, grab onto the bigger, better Pisces energies, but to stabilize it, faith. You know, some people are going through like actual crises of like faith. So this Scorpio energy, it's like a new thing starting to stabilize Pisces. And we're going to talk about it through the zodiac for all 12 zodiac signs. Okay, now the rulers of this new moon, Pluto, the ancient ruler of Scorpio, Mars, the ancient ruler of Scorpio, and then Pluto, the modern ruler of Scorpio. It's okay if that doesn't mean anything to you. They are in opposition, which means that it will take maximum focus, and Mars is going to go retrograde, maximum focus and direction to channel the energy where we want to transform Capricorn. Because Pluto is going to leave Capricorn like in a couple of weeks. And this 6-month influence of this new moon in Scorpio is like stamping this Mars Pluto opposition for the next 6 months. So it's honestly, most people, like a lot of people are kind of, this is like way too much for people to handle. And remember, this is like, for these 8 months that Mars is in this very long process, we are building out the new, taking care of the past, building out the new, wrapping up the past, creating the new, closing out the past, until we're really, really, really in the future, spring of 2025. And so with this Mars-Pluto opposition, we will need to enforce very strong boundaries and protect the positive feelings. You've got to do the emotional budgeting with this Mars in Cancer. You don't want to waste your time fighting with people on the internet. You don't want to waste your energy arguing with a family member. And there's going to be big family stuff. Like remember 2020 when like family, that season of holiday in 2020, you know, very like divisive. It's kind of like that where you have like one family unit and one member thinks this is a great idea, and this member thinks we should be doing this, and this one wants to go eat here, this one wants to go eat there, everyone wants something different for dinner. It's like that, but everyone feels very strongly about about stuff. So using the Mars in Cancer to have emotional boundaries to protect the positive feelings. We're also going to be feeling as deeply as possible, but also that Scorpio new moon, it's like discovering the trapdoor. It's like discovering that we can actually penetrate the experience of feeling even deeper than we previously thought. Or that we previously believed with the trine to Saturn in Pisces. So I feel like some people are going to be feeling like they're witnessing miracles. And I feel like some people are going to be experiencing something miraculous, like in their body, in their being. Because Scorpio like needs to transform. All my Scorpio clients, all my Scorpio people, you guys always need like a job or a career that you can just pour all of yourself into. That you guys are like little nuclear reactors. Like you just need to feel intense. You need to feel passionate about something or you're immediately depressed. It's just how you are. You're just, that's why I love Gomez so much. I feel like Gomez is like a Scorpio and Morticia is like an Aquarius. Like the way she's like, you can start at my fingers and then work your way to my heart. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's a very passionate person. And so I feel like with this, now we're all going to be little Scorpios with this Scorpio new moon. We're all going to be feeling like Gomez and just we're on a conscious or on an unconscious level, we're going to have some kind of need, a yearning to devote ourselves, to pour all of ourselves into something that will make us feel very, very passionate and penetrate a deeper experience than we previously believed. And that Saturn in Pisces is like the reality check of, oh, you thought there was nothing, you thought there was nothing after death. You're going to start talking to dead people. You know, it's like, it's going to be very like, it's going to be a lot. This Mars-Pluto opposition is also psychic force. Scorpio, psychic energy. Pisces, psychic energy. This water stuff. You've got Scorpio activated. It's a Scorpio new moon. You have Mars in Cancer activated. You have Saturn and Pisces activated. This is all very psychic. So the psychic force, when it's restrained, its power is doubled. It's whether people are using this consciously or unconsciously, it doesn't need you to believe in it. It's also psychic strength. It's also psychic surgery. So you just need to be very precise with your actions. So Mars in the chart is always, if you want to use it as like a predictor, it's a predictor of action and you know, things happening. Whereas the sun is more so like the awareness, the spotlight, the highlighter of the cosmos. So I just feel like you want to use this new moon to be precise. You need to hit the bullseye. You need to hit it out of the ballpark. You need to stay focused. You need to direct your energy. You need to avoid the traps. You need to avoid the pitfalls. You need to not be egged on or goaded or gaslit or roped into anything or manipulated or tempted to anything. Like you just need to stay focused on the task at hand and you'll be fine. Then you can use like the stress of this opposition to accomplish your goals. Because this opposition, this is like a full moon for this Mars Pluto. So think back to February 14th. I think it was like it was either Valentine's Day or it was like a couple days around Valentine's Day. I remember it. That was the Mars-Pluto conjunction. And I believe it was in Aquarius, when Pluto was in Aquarius at the time. Something was like a volcano of force and power and intensity and big emotional feelings. And that was like the new moon. That was like the beginning. Because Mars and Pluto, whenever something is together, that's like the new moon. Tracking like the lunar cycle, it's going to analogize you to help you understand the other cycles for these planets. So this new moon with the sun and moon together, it's beginning, it's a seeding moment. Mars and Pluto were together, conjoined, February 4th, I think Valentine's Day of this year. And so now that they're out of the opposition, that's like the full moon. And I'm going to get to that next. So this is a full moon for the Mars-Pluto cycle, which is like the peak experience, the maximum height of emotion and action and passion. And yeah. So I feel like whatever we're doing, whatever we're launching, and this Uranus in Taurus is like this breakthrough energy. Whatever this Mars-Pluto opposition is, whatever we're doing, this, like I said, it's sort of like you want to love who you love, and your mom doesn't like it, your dad doesn't like it, your brother or sister doesn't like it, and you feel like it's right for you anyway, and you break away from the tribe to go be with this person. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like this could be a time that people, oh, now the sun's coming out. So this could be a time when people are maybe starting like their own tribe, their own community, their own family, their own safe place on the internet for a marginalized group of society. Or, you know, like there is some familial tribal kind of tension here. And the need to stay focused and directed and use your psychic force and use your actions and you know, you're trying to transform and overhaul something and transform this Capricorn area of life. It's going to be very sober. You're going to have to be sober and mature about it, but it's just keeping in line with your mid-February passions. So it's okay that the circumstances are different, the people are different, the whatever. So just grab onto the theme, thematically, what was going on for you February of this year. What was trying to start? What was trying to give you momentum? Where were you feeling like you needed to break free? What was changing on the most base home seat of security kind of level for you? And that was like a little taste of the future, of something that you had to accept in February, you know, something that you have to kind of like incorporate. So it's like it showed itself to you, revealed itself. And now with the Scorpio new moon, it's like, okay, this has reached like maximum capacity, and we have to like, we got to launch this thing, lift off. Okay, so the corresponding full moon, I'll give you a little preview a couple weeks after the new moon in Scorpio. It's going to be like November the 15th, I believe. It's going to be the full moon. So the new moon's in Scorpio. It's going to build, and it's going to culminate in a full moon in Taurus. And that full moon in Taurus is going to be conjunct Uranus in Taurus, and it's going to be trining Pluto. So right now, the sun and the moon are in like a very wide square to Pluto. It's very, very wide. It's like 10 degrees. I use a 10-degree orb, but let's just keep it simple right now. So the corresponding full moon is with Uranus trine Pluto. All constructive change and emotional budgeting that you're going to be doing, that we're going to be doing from the beginning of November to the middle of November, culminates in a breakthrough, in a liberation, and successful transformation of the Capricorn area of life. But the way it has to get there you're launching something in the Scorpio area of life to develop, to get there. And you've got to use the scorpionic resources. This is like that song, Till I Collapse by Eminem. Till I collapse, I'm spilling these raps, as long as you feel them. To the day that I drop, they'll never say that I'm not spilling them. Like you can read it. You can read it. I had a list growing up in that album. Eminem's album. That album helped me learning to rap those songs, helped me get over it. So that's why I know those lyrics. But anyway, so this new moon, don't be afraid of it. It's going to be very deep, very intense. You're going to have to deal with, and so when you're dealing with family issues, it's like it has bite to it. It has history. There's precedent, there's protocol, there's an establishment. So you're breaking new ground. You're saying, I can't, I know I'm your child, but I have my own family to get started now, or I have my own family to take care of now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I can't go along to get along anymore, or I can't, like this, I could see this really being like new heads of the table, new matriarchs, new patriarchs, people getting old and dying off, people, it's like you can never be this emperor forever. You know what I'm saying? Like there's just some sort of like, and it culminates in a big breakthrough in just like a couple of weeks. It's like going to be very liberating. It's going to be surprising. It's going to be exhilarating. It's going to be fun and exciting and enjoyable. So all you have to do for the Scorpio new moon is just stay focused. Stay focused on your objectives. Stay focused on your healing, whatever this, and we're going to talk about it right now. Take it through the consciousness carousel. That is the zodiac. Hello, Aries, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Welcome, willkommen to your Scorpio new moon. Oh, this is happening in your 8th house of baggage and trauma and sexuality and your partner's finances, what you share with other people, and what you can sort of work through so that nothing else has it's like obsessions and compulsions, so that nothing else has control over you. This is where you may give control away and where you can also take it back. Okay. So you actually may enter into an agreement or a collaboration or therapy. There's something that you're sort of meant to bond. You're meant to go deeper, either with another person or within your own psyche, and examining and processing your own stuff and your gunk and your whatever that happens to be. And this could absolutely be about family, through family, marriage, like marriage counseling, marital therapy, family therapy. Anything frustrating you could definitely have deep-seated, rooted issues, not just like in your family now. Sure, it can be, but it's probably the family you grew up with or whatever that early childhood experience was for you, and possibly even, epigenetic memory stuff. It's like people having fears of elevators because, a couple ancestors back died in an elevator or something like that, and, or was trapped in one and almost died. So you are going to be working through the crunchy parts of all of that. And it's supposed to stabilize your mental health. It's supposed to stabilize your spirituality. And you can expect your breakthrough closer to the middle of the month at the corresponding full moon in Taurus. So if you're working on with the collaboration, maybe you're working from home, or you're fueling the career through a collaboration, the money probably comes through as a breakthrough middle of the month with the full moon conjoining Uranus in the 2nd house, or there could be an expense. We'll talk about it more when we get closer to it. But overall, Aries, you're trying to transform and overhaul your image, your reputation, which is on the line, which is at stake. So you're going to have to do something new and different, whether that means collaborating with someone and opening yourself up to someone who's like different, and then possibly having to confront and process childhood wounding, parental issues. Okay, I love you, Aries. Have a great new moon in Scorpio. And until our next time together, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Hello, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Risings. Welcome, willkommen. That's not mine. That's from Spirit of Talia on TikTok. Okay, the hello part. So, you know, just giving credit where credit's due. But hello, Taurus. Welcome, willkommen to your new moon in Scorpio. Very spicy for Tauruses because it's your relationship house. And you guys are launching a new relationship or a new approach on your side to relating. So this could be that you are approaching your existing relationships in your life differently. It could also be new relationships that you're welcoming in and getting started over the next couple of weeks, the first half of November. But it can also apply to your relationship to your arch nemesis or your best friends or anyone that you have a one-to-one connection with, a one-to-one relationship with, which includes your clients or your audience. So if that applies to you. Now, it's making this trine to Saturn and Pisces, which means you've got to take either your social media seriously or your involvement in a group activity or a group humanitarian endeavor, or if you're sitting on a board fundraising for something, you've got to take that pretty seriously. And this is also, I feel like you're doing this to, like, if you're aligning with a new, different person, they could be kind of intense. They could be very powerful. So I do like this for Tauruses because it says that, like, if it's new people that you're welcoming in your life over the next couple of weeks and really all of November, they're powerful and they could help you. And you know, it's an alliance. So it's to stabilize. You would be partnering with these people or this person, working with them one-to-one to make a dream come true, to bring a dream down into physical reality. Stable. So for you, stabilizing the Pisces crises is like, well, where's my future going? How am I going to retire? What goals do I have for my life? And how can this person or this alliance help me make my dream come true? But because you both have you're both going in the same direction, it's mutually beneficial. Now you're going to have to be very laser precise in how you speak and how you communicate. For you, the Mars-Pluto is in the communication houses. So I see Tauruses, you're either going to spill out of control and go on a huge temper tantrum, or, which, I mean, I've just wiped the spit off your forehead if you're on the receiving end or you're just getting caught in the sprays. I had one Taurus that I worked with. He had a complete meltdown, fired everybody. And I was the one who, I just let him like stomp off, moo, you know, let him, maybe you need to find your moo. Maybe your Taurus needs to speak up a little more. This would be great for that. But I was the one who went and I went to all of the people. There's like 30 people, and I told them what to do, gave them the resources, the directions, sent them in the cars. I ran it on behalf. I let the Taurus have their little stomping, you know, and I took over. And so, you know, it's like if you get the right people around you, for you, you just got to choose the right people, choose the right partnerships. Not the ones that are going to let you verbally abuse them, but just, you know, just choose like the right people, because this can also be very successful and powerful if you do work in communications or marketing or publishing or going wide with anything. You could be you could be the godfather holding the strings. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, it can work out really great, but you're trying to transform your beliefs, your world beliefs. You're trying to reach people on a much bigger, broader level. So if you can like get your mind right, if you can stay focused on the task at hand and not get distracted by like anger or anything that kind of upsets you, then you stand to probably benefit the most mid-November, mid to the end of November, with the corresponding full moon in your sign. You're having a breakout moment. You're the breakout star. You are ready to take your life to, in every area, the whole life, to the next level. And you could be known, if you go with the flow here, if you really go with it, you could be known by the end of November as like the go-to person. Like, this person knows what they're talking about. And then you won't have to be so shouty because people will like see it. You know, like it'll, but you need like a person or to change your approach to people to get there. Love you, Taurus. Have a great new moon in Scorpio. Until our next time together, loves and many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Hello, my beautiful Gemini, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Welcome to your new moon in Scorpio. This is in your 6th house of daily work and routines and rituals and how you are alive in your mind in the moment to moment in your life. This is very powerful for you guys because you guys are either going to have like immense stamina to launch a project, like a work project, and that is going to help stabilize your career with Saturn and Pisces, or you're like, maybe you're hiring staff. You could be hiring staff to help you with something that's going to help the career or the reputation. And like there's like a schedule change for you guys, and or you guys are maybe working on the marriage and there could be some like health initiative. Maybe you're going back to the gym or you're doing couple gym stuff, or you could actually just like be actually working like on the marriage itself. And if you do, it's going to be great. Like it'll be very, or a relationship with a parent or any kind of parental issues, or you yourself as a parent could also be putting in much more elbow grease now. And it could, but it's going to work. Like you're going to have the stamina for it. You'll have the effort for it, and it'll give you the results. Like with Saturn, what you earn, you keep. And you've got Saturn in the 10th house. So any work as a parent to be a better parent, working with your parents about your parental issues, or working on your career, your reputation, it's going to last. So put in the work now, gems, and it's going to, I promise it's going to be worth it. Now, you guys have this Mars-Pluto opposition in your financial houses. So I love this for your career because it says that you could stand to make a lot of money. And part of this is going to possibly be in collaboration with others, or possibly through, what's that called? Like online when you like, it's like where you post content and you use their product and it's like a commission, like that kind of thing. That could be really great for you, very lucrative. And or if it's like marital or parental relationship stuff, and this is like, don't get into like power struggles. You might, for some there could be, don't get distracted. Like you need to focus on your self-esteem, your diet, what you're eating, drinking, smoking, and in what quantities you're eating, drinking, and smoking. That is going to be very important for you because you're going to need to like fuel your own stamina and to build up your own momentum. You're taking on some kind of project or something, and so you need to take good care of your diet and your like nutrition. And you need to stay focused on the money. You got to stay focused on the money, and or you got to stay focused on the intimacy with your partner. So there could be some like overhauls happening there. Like maybe you're changing the schedule to accommodate for more intimacy with the partner. And that could be very volcanic and amazing and wonderful for you guys. So I like it kind of like all the way around, but only if you stay focused. So you don't have good boundaries, and don't allow anything to make you feel bad about yourself, and don't allow anything to get in your marriage or get in your like parental consciousness and make you feel insecure, because you could be really working through some baggage and working through some self-esteem issues. Now, this is going to lead you to the corresponding full moon in the middle of the month. And you stand a very, most people may not like value this, but like you're here, so you will. It's a breakthrough in the subconscious mind. You're going to have some kind of like spiritual breakthrough. This could be psychic ability where you're like talking to dead people, or, you know, the family dog that died 10 years ago. You're hearing them or dreaming about them, or like, you know, you could just have some kind of like spiritual psychic breakthrough, or some kind of subconscious healing therapy breakthrough if you're like in therapy or something like that. So that's what it's going to be for you guys. And that's going to help you move through a blockage and help Pluto transform and overhaul the Capricorn area of life, which is trusting in life itself, working through baggage, working through jealousies or fears or worries or anxieties or anything that has control and seizing up your consciousness that you're ready to let go of. It's not serving you. So I would look for you guys to have, this could also be like an amazing vacation. Like if you're traveling halfway around the world, that mid-November, it's like you pick up a new work project and it's great. You're working hard for the first half of November, and then it's done. And you take your family, you take your husband, you take your wife to somewhere far away, and you guys have a wonderful, you know, healing, restorative, fun vacation. And it's because this is like, it's either your subconscious or it's like a very foreign, far away place. So love this for you guys. Have a wonderful new moon in Scorpio, Gemmies. Take very good care until our next time together, my loves. Many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Hello, my lovely Cancer, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Welcome, willkommen to our new moon in Scorpio. This is our 5th house of true love, dating, sex, romance, passion, play, creativity, inner joy, inner child, small business, small little pets, gambling, sex, drugs, rock and roll, anything that makes us really happy and brings us a lot of joy. I love having this explains why I love Scorpio so much. So this I'm looking forward to because it's going to be creative. And with the new moon, this particular new moon is going to be one for the ages. We're going to look back 20 years from now at the fall of 2024, and we're going to realize like that's when everything changed. That is when my heart launched into the sky. Like it's just going to be, it's that big a deal. Okay, so the new moon, this is like something this is for us, like you just want to see where you are creatively inspired. Where is your passion going? What is making you excited? Now, some of you already have children, creations of like the physical body. So for some of you, your kids could take this transit from you, where it's not that you are necessarily being you're not falling in love. Your kids are the ones that took your magic, and they're the ones starting, you know, piano lessons for the first time, and they're having the big magical glow up. And so you could be, if you're a parent, you could be just like watching them go through that and feeling very happy, of course, because that's your little creation. But if you also, you know, do some inner child healing, if you're feeling left out of your own life, or if you are, you know, kicked out of your own family, or if you are, you know what I'm saying? Like if there's something like that you're going through, then you've got to give yourself the love. You have to be the parental consciousness to take care, because this is where your inner child is, like in your chart. So it's making the trine to Saturn in Pisces in our 9th house to further, if you do either the inner child healing, that will serve to stabilize the Pisces crises in your faith, in your belief systems, in your higher learning. Perhaps some of you are taking a creative project or something creative that you've, if it's something you've already completed, this could be when you are like over, like from the beginning to the middle of November, you're working on like launching it and like taking it to a wider audience or teaching it perhaps. And so, but in any case, it's stabilizing either you getting your message out, sharing your creativity or your path or your small business with the world, education wise, or with marketing, or furthering to stabilize something you're supposed to learn about your own heart, your own healing, your own inner child healing, or your own education when it comes to how to share what's in your heart with everybody else. Now, for us, this is very fascinating. We just have to have this laser precise action in all that we do, because we have the Mars in Cancer. It's going to go into Leo, going to go retrograde, going to come back into Cancer, going to go direct, going to go forward through Cancer, going to re-enter Leo. You know, so it's like all you've got to do is avoid relationship and low self-esteem bear traps. If you can have wonderful, amazing boundaries, first with yourself, keeping out negative thoughts, negative feelings, and that you're not channeling self-sabotaging actions where you're taking actions that are like against yourself, or that you are putting your trust into somebody else who will act against you. You're using them to hurt yourself, you know, but you're not taking, you're in denial. You don't want to take responsibility for it. And you're just like, oh, you ruined my life. And like, well, no, not really. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you just need to be very laser precise and really be cognizant of the thoughts going through your head, the words coming out of your mouth, the actions going through your body, the feelings moving through your body, and be self-responsible for them. Because I'm already seeing it. Cancers on the internet that are just, they're doing things and they're saying things that are just not going to age well. It's not going to age well. It's not going to age well like at all. And so so you just stay out of any kind of power struggles with other people. And even if this is like, let's say you post on the internet and you say something, or put a video up, and then maybe it's not like an intimate partner that you're tussling with. Maybe it's like social media. It's a digital community. You do not want to be overpowered by like your own community. Okay. You do, like this means don't let anybody control you, not just like your wife or your husband or your mother or your father or, you know, a mentor or your freaking sponsor or whatever the heck. You don't let nothing manipulate you to give your power away, including audiences, including clients, including whatever you happen to be, you know, whatever your therapist, like whatever that happens to be. So you are just going to need, because that's what's transforming. This overhaul is transforming your people, like who stands across from you, your relationships, your approach to relationships, how you relate, what you share with other people. So if you can just stay self-aware and notice when you feel like you are self-betraying, you know, betraying yourself, going against yourself, then you'll be okay. And then you'll just stay focused. You'll keep the boundaries up where you are protecting the good relationships, protecting the good feelings, and then you are also keeping away anything that could be a threat to a good relationship, or, you know, a wonderful relationship with your communities, with your people, with your audience, with your clients. And so, you know, that's one of the reasons why I'm like with the telekinesis demonstrations, like, you know, one thing I don't like to see is when creators over criticize and they make videos just for the trolls and the haters. I get why. It's very satisfying. It is very satisfying. I totally get it. But on the other hand, then that's who you're interacting with, and that's your people. I mean, that doesn't work for me, at least, because I only want to talk to the people I'm trying to get to, and I'm only trying to talk to the people that want to talk to me. So, but I have my moon and Mercury in Aquarius, so my powers to ignore someone are absolutely occult. Okay, like if I don't want someone to get to my heart, you know what I'm saying? If I have that like superpower where if I don't want it to touch me emotionally, mentally, psychologically, fucking ain't getting there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I hope I can share that with you where you get some inspiration so that you don't let anything penetrate you and that you don't let anything, like, we're a personal sign. I'm a Cancer ascendant. Like, we're just the big babies of the zodiac, feeling sorry for ourselves, little orphan Annie stuff. So it's like, I get it, but I'll put on Pride and Prejudice and fucking cry my eyes out. And then I'll have a boundary and say, okay, 2.5 hours is over. Time to get back to whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't suppress the feelings, don't oppress them, and, where they're going to come out in some like ragey, angry, crying Cancer way. Just this Scorpio new moon in your 5th house, like, this is really a juicy one. Like, we really are meant to like feel and stuff. So just like have the right appropriate outlets and places for it, and then have the boundaries with it, and then keep other people out of it. Don't project onto other people, and don't get into power struggles with them, whether they're intimate partners or in your personal life, friends and family, or if this is like a professional thing and you have like clients or whatever, or if you post for an audience, just like be laser precise. And because it would just be a shame to see people waste it, like Cancer, Sun, Moon, risings. Look at how I use it. I use it to transform this connection that I have with you guys by sharing very honestly, because who am I talking to? Like right now, I'm not talking to the petty Cancer on the internet that's gonna like, give me some bullshit. I'm talking to the good Cancer that's gonna take this information, connect with me, and imagine how they're gonna be able to use it in their own life and potentially change things, like really change things. You know what I'm saying? So just be cognizant of that. Try to control yourself. That's what I'll say. Just try to control yourself, but like for the positive, like not trying to control yourself where you're like harming yourself, but like in the good way. Okay? Because honestly, we stand to gain a lot. Like the breakthrough that could be for us in the middle of November is going to be with our communities and our alliances and social media and friend groups. And, definitely Cancers can be going viral, but I feel like it's either going to be because you're so authentic and you're so true to yourself and you're going viral and you're like a great example for others, or it's nefarious and Cancers are going viral because they got into some toxic fight about something. And it could be very wild and unpredictable. So as long as you just maintain your integrity, and Scorpio can help you boil it down, boil all the superficiality away, then you'll be fine. Love you. Cans. Take very good care. Have a wonderful new moon in Scorpio. Until next time, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Hello, my lovely Leo, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Welcome, willkommen to your Scorpio new moon happening at the very base of your chart. This is home and hearth and kith and kin, and it's a juicy one. This is going to be in a trine to Saturn and Pisces in your 8th house. So you're going to have a lot of stamina to launch a home-based business project or an emotional undertaking that consciously or unconsciously you're trying to do this so that you feel more at home with yourself, so that you feel emotionally better about something. So it can also be like healing family wounds, and maybe even just having to confront family issues or home issues or landlord tenancy issues or anything that is home and family related. So this could even be, people working on the house and adding things, additions to the house, renovations, that kind of thing. Now, this trying to Saturn in Pisces, it's trying to stabilize your trust in life and help you confront serious issues soberly and maturely so that you can have a more appropriate bond and give and take with either your family or people that you live with. So it could be a little bit stressful, especially if there were things in the past that were out of order. That karma can kind of come back around, and it could manifest as having a harder time with these people. You know, like past consequences sort of coming back up that you're dealing with now, that you're living through right now. Okay, so the Mars-Pluto opposition is happening in your 12th and 6th houses. So you're going to need to be very laser precise in all of the things that you are doing behind the scenes. This, honestly, I really think Leo should be in some kind of like either therapy or healing modality. I don't care if like who's like physically close to you, like find some Reiki healer, find a crystal grid expert, find a yoga practitioner, find a consigliere, find, you know, get something going, because if you are not approaching your subconscious consciously, this is going to bite you in the, this is going to, you're going to self-sabotage, you're going to act against yourself, and you may not have enough self-control to stop. It could also be that you are traveling. It could be that you are relocating. It could be that you are also trying to pull things behind the scenes. There could be like epic power struggles with your staff or your coworkers, or they could be revolting against you. It could even be your health that is revolting. Your body itself is revolting against you, and you feel betrayed by your body. But it's a manifestation of something that you neglected to take care of spiritually, subconsciously, psychologically. And this will have ancestral roots. This will be something from the early childhood experience. So I know it's a little bit less like great for rehab, great for therapy, great for vacation, great for health, rehabilitation. And this is going to culminate because you could be really burning yourself out. You could just be super tired and, you're doing simple things, but infusing so much stress into it that it's taking much more out of you than it really should. It's going to culminate into a breakthrough professionally. It has a potential to in a couple weeks, like mid-November. So if you launch something, the beginning of November, the way it culminates could be a change in your reputation, career status. Now listen, there's going to be some Leos having some epic come downs, and they're going to like click out of existence, and they're going to go dark. They're just going to, disappear offline for a little bit, or they're going to they're just going to, or it's a breakthrough. It's a liberating breakthrough. And we're going to have Leo, sun, moon, risings, coming out as whatever, whoever they really are, letting that authenticity be their calling card at the very, the beacon shining at the very top. There could also be marriages that no one else sees coming that Leo's been working on behind the scenes. There could even be divorces that Leo's been working on behind the scenes. There could be any kind of career things that Leo's been working on behind the scenes, if it's a home-based business type of a thing, and if it's in collaboration or working with somebody else. So it could even be that Leo, sun, moon, risings are availing financiers, or maybe even some psychic help, or some kind of that kind of a help behind the scenes to bring something home, to debut mid to the end of November. So long as you stabilize with maturity and grace and seriousness and sobriety, any kind of feelings that sort of take hold of you, whether that's jealousy, fear, anxiety, lack of trust in life, lack of trust of other people, or this could be where you've got to make some kind of commitment or commitment to healing or something. So if you can get something going in the beginning of November from an emotionally realistic place, from an emotional seat of security, you stand to gain a lot of help behind the scenes and a lot of help working through emotional things that can result in a firm enough foundation for you to launch a professional breakthrough, liberation moment, and successfully transforming your health, your daily routine, how it feels to be alive in your mind moment to moment. That kind of peace you cannot buy. Cannot go into Balenciaga, buy it and wear it. Okay. Love you, Leos. Take very good care. Have a wonderful new moon in Scorpio. Until next time, my loves, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Okay, Virgo, sun signs, moon signs, rising signs, welcome to your Scorpio new moon. This, I like it very, very much for you guys. It looks really exciting. It's in your third house of communications, the mind, the intellect, especially if any of you guys are writers or speakers, bloggers, mini publishers. If you have your own zine, if you have your own, that could be a good idea for you guys to launch your own zine. I was obsessed with zines growing up, and like, this would just be great for any kind of communications related endeavor. But also if you want to pick up a skill, you know, learn something new, learn a new language, something like that would be great. And the trine to Saturn and Pisces is stabilizing your relationships. It's something that you're saying, communicating, writing, putting out there, connecting with other. This could even be your neighborhood. You can put something together. I mean, it's going to be U-shaped. It's going to be, you know, something that fits you better, but maybe there's like a coffee shop, local poetry jam sessions. I don't know what you do, but like maybe you can get something going in the neighborhood. Maybe you can launch some, you're teaching kids something at the Y, you know, like, but anything like neighborhoody or local in your area, this could be some new initiative or a new start for you. Maybe you're getting a new neighbor. Maybe there's something like, maybe it's just like happening around you that you're like, whoa, there's something happening there. You could be relocating to a new neighborhood, or you can get new people moving into your neighborhood. And or lastly, could be something with siblings. But the trine to the Saturn says that it's going to help you stabilize a primary relationship, a partnership, a collaboration, anything that you and another mind, your mind, my mind, your mind, creates a third mind, a mastermind. You know what I'm saying? It could be something kind of cool like that. Your Mars Pluto opposition is happening on your creative axis. So it's like your self-expression, your children, children of the mind, your creative passion projects, children of the body, your physical children, and Mars in Cancer. This could really, you guys could go viral. You could blow up your social media. You could also get into power struggles with your friends, groups, and communities. You could be tussling and fighting over the creative direction of something. You could be fighting with a partner over your children. You could be, you know, so it's like, just, you guys are going to have to keep laser precise action oriented and put up really strong boundaries with any friends or groups or communities or online trolls or anybody in the social media sphere that is not on the Virgo bandwagon. Don't fight with them. Don't argue with them. Just have the boundary. Ignore them for now. Let them do whatever they're going to do, and you just stay focused, because you have such great, like, this could be for Virgos 20 years from now. You look back on the fall of 2024 and you realize that's when it all happened. That was when I took something to the next level. That was when my children were going through something like a huge milestone, something really big, really significant. Or a creative passion project was going through something really big and really significant. It's through your communication with another person that could bring that to, it looks more like social media, but as far as taking something to a wider audience, marketing, publishing, you could actually have that breakthrough if you put in the work and make the connections and go talk to the people mid-November to the end of November. Because this is going to culminate in a full moon with Uranus in Taurus in your 9th house of higher publishing, the higher mind. So you start to learn something, or you start to talk to someone the beginning of November, and by mid to the end of November, now you're the expert on it. Now you are speaking on it. You are publishing you took something local and now it's going wide to global audiences, or you're traveling, or there's some kind of breakthrough with a publisher, with a foreigner, with a mentor, or if you are the authority on the subject, you are now, your words, your teachings are now launched to like a bigger, wider audience, and it's reaching, more people. So you do stand to gain a lot when you just focus. So for you, it could be hard because it's very personal where this is happening. And it's almost like you want to force your friends to agree, or you want to force your kids to be on your side. You want to, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it has that kind of like to it. So if you just stay focused on what's in your control, which is what your creative passion is, what you can stay focused on, and then whoever wants to get on the Virgo bandwagon, you're welcome to come on board. But you got to leave that passive aggressive bullshit at the fucking door to your friends, your fans, anyone that's trying to glom onto you, anyone that's trying to blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? Like if you can stay like, and this is also you not getting a big head too. Like you got to choose like the right people around you for the right reasons as well, because you don't want to get caught up in even your fan, like you don't create something because you think it's what fans want. Create what's real and true, with Pluto doing the last transformation in your house of creative self-expression, and then let it find its audience, let it find its people. You really got to be authentic, or your kids are kind of taking up this, or your creative projects taking this up, and they got to be really authentic. It's kind of a big month of November for you guys. You could start the month having like a goal or seeing things end up one way, and then by the end of it, with this breakthrough, it could very much change it. So it really behooves you to stay very, very true and authentic to you and your creative vision, because it will find its people. Don't get caught up in like trying to over control and force things. Love you, Virgos. Take very good care. Until our next time together, have a great Scorpio new moon. Many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Hello, my beautiful Libras, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Welcome, willkommen to your Scorpio new moon happening in your 2nd house. You guys have the stamina to really put in the elbow grease and make more money. And you want to rely on your skills, talents, and abilities. And if you need to do work to amp up your self-esteem. So this is like maybe adding something, adding an offering, adding, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe your nutrition is having some kind of effect on your earning ability or your self-esteem. It's making a trine to Saturn and Pisces in your 6th house. So you really are trying to stabilize your health, your rituals, your routines, and what it feels like to live in your mind moment to moment as you move through your day and move through your life. So I love this for maybe even getting some kind of like help, like maybe staff, maybe you're spending some money to hire some more people to the team, or to help you with something, free up time to do other stuff. Or you could even just be taking on like, launching like a project that's going to change your schedule a little bit, but going to bring in more money. Or you are stabilizing like a health routine or working out, or, something healthy for you that will in turn increase your self-esteem and how you feel about yourself. Now, you guys have the Mars-Pluto opposition happening in your 10th and 4th houses. So for Libs, you guys need to have this like laser precise action and precision when it comes to the career goals, the marriage, the parental consciousness, if you are a parent, the parental consciousness when you are dealing with your parents or a parent-like figure or bosses and VIPs. So you are trying to transform your home life, your family life, your emotional seat of security. So for you guys, it's like, stay focused on the goal, keep your eye on the prize, because you don't want to allow your feelings to get in the way, and you don't want to allow family members to obstruct you want to let your family get in your marriage. You want to let your family, you know what I'm saying? I watched Constantine not a couple weeks ago, it was like last weekend. And he said something that, I've watched this movie like millions of times, but it just stuck out to me. He's opened the door, and there's like he changed out the holy water. So the sprinklers are blasting holy water on the whole floor of vampires or demons or something. And he says something like, oh my God, what was it? Hold on. You are in violation of upsetting the balance. Leave now, or I will deport your ass. That was going to bother me if I couldn't get it. Yeah, but when he said you are in violation of disturbing the balance, I was like, Libra, Libra, Libra. And I have a stellium in my 7th house, so I have a Libra affinity. So I have like this like crazy sense of justice. And so you guys, I feel like you could have like a family member or people in the family or some kind of family consciousness, ancestral, whatever it happens to be. I feel like you guys need to be like calling people out a little bit, or even just like in your mind where you're like, you are in violation of upsetting the balance. Leave now, or I will deport your ass. Like, and honestly, more so with like Libra women, you guys are fucking psychos. Like, you guys are absolutely unhinged. And I love you guys. And okay, like I always have like one Libra best friend. We're thick as thieves. Then we have a falling out and never speak again. And that just happens like 10 million times in my life. But like, I swear to God, I fall in love with you every single time it happens. You're so funny and crazy and psycho. More so, like I said, Libra women. Libra men's a totally different story. But like, I'm gonna say, because this new moon's in your 2nd house, feel good about yourself, but feel good about yourself for good reasons. Like, don't be, with the Pluto in your 4th house, don't be psycho. It's not going to work. It's going to work against you. You're going to blow yourself up. You're going to blow up your spot. And actually, yeah, because this is going to culminate in a full moon in Taurus in your 8th house in the middle of November. And if you try to do your crazy psycho Libra thing, that is going to so blow up against your face. Like, it's going to be out of your control. It's going to be out of your control. And it's going to be like, you're going to get dragged by the universe. And like, guys, I did this in 2018, like the worst I'd ever done it. And oh my God, was it a rock bottom? But then it led me to YouTube and doing tarot, and I'm like, oh, so it's like, even if that happens, if you're cross-watching and your Libra just spirals out and they crash out, they can still turn it around, and it can still be like the best thing that ever happened to them. All right, and now let's talk to like the good Constantine Libras. This could be a breakthrough. If you work really hard right now financially, in your self-esteem, in the beginning, the first couple weeks of November, you're going to have some kind of massive breakthrough in the middle of November, and you can make a lot of money effortlessly. Like, because this is like income through another person, like your marriage partner or a business partner or an investment blows the fuck up. And you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can, but you got to stay focused. You got to stay focused. Keep your eye on the prize, whether this is, because, there might be like marriage issues, family issues, home issues. It's like the career needs you and the home needs you. The the money, you need to make more money, but your marriage partner is like having breakdowns. You know what I'm saying? Like it can just be a little bit like everybody needs you, and you're just trying to like keep it together, stay balanced. So you will not have any extra energy for anything that is not your reputation, your career, or your marriage, or parental consciousness. So don't let hard feelings get in the way. Don't let even other other VIPs or bosses, if they're fucking with you, like try to like emotionally budget. Because like I said, there could be a wonderful breakthrough for you guys financially, which is hopefully we channel that part of it for you guys in the middle to the end of the month of November. Otherwise, if you're indulging negative feelings, or if you're indulging toxic family members or toxic work career stuff, then the middle to the end of November is going to be like a shocking eyesore, ugly thing that will upset you and unbalance you even further. So get really real about the self-esteem, and you know what I'm saying? Like do all of the things. Oh, this was a gas, Libra. I love you people to pieces. Have a wonderful Scorpio new moon. Until our next time together, my loves, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Well, Scorpio. Welcome to your new moon happening on the 1st of November. Happy birthday to Scorpios as well. Okay, you guys have this new moon every single year around this time, where you get to launch anything in life that is personally important and meaningful for you. It culminates 2 weeks later at the Taurus full moon, and it culminates 6 months later at the corresponding Scorpio full moon. However, for everything that's happening right now in the sky, this particular one is one for the ages. This is the one 20 years from now. You're going to look back on the fall of 2024 and you're going to go, that's when the game changed. That's when it happened. That was the one. It's going to stand out that much for you guys. Very personal for you, so don't waste it. Now, the new moon is trining over to Saturn and Pisces in your 5th house. So since, what was it, like March 2023, you could have been dating more for like serious reasons, not really flim flam, or you could have been struggling with like fertility or issues with children, issues with creative passion projects, where it's like you're just kind of just more interested in something substantive or serving a utilitarian purpose. So this is likely going to be something where Scorpios will want to ground either your inner child healing or get something creative off the ground and give it some bones, some structure, some commitment. Or if it's romance, if it's children, this could be great for you as well if you want to use it that way. Now, you guys have your rulers in this opposition. I'm not laughing. It's not funny. You guys have the Mars Pluto opposition in your 3rd and 9th houses. So like whatever this is, even if you want it, you're going to be uncomfortable, like mentally and psychologically. Like getting like Scorpios, you guys just like don't change your mind. It's kind of, I have my moon and my Mercury in Aquarius, and those are fixed signs, and your whole orientation is to like keep it going, keep something going and not deviate, not change. So sorry, this is like, you have to change your mind. You have to stabilize either you're growing up, like you have to stabilize like a romance, or you're stabilizing a creative project, or your relationship with your children, or children themselves, or anything like that. But you do have to transform your whole way of thinking, how you communicate, how you write, how you convey messages, convey your messaging. This is almost like when they went from silent films to talkies, how some actors don't make it. It's like how Einstein's, was it Einstein? Someone said that it's not the strongest that survive, it's not the smartest that survive, it's the ones that can adapt. Okay, so you're either going to adapt or you're going to get left behind. And that's true for everybody. But it's just, you are either really trying to help other people through education and sharing your messaging and through what you are publishing, or this could be very heinous news reporting about you. Now, you guys had this last Libra solar eclipse in your 12th house on October 2nd. So even late September, early October, Scorpio sun, moon risings could have been suffering from rumors behind your back, people spilling secrets about you, people talking about you, things coming out about you. Okay, like this is just not the moment to be defensive and like don't I'm just, who am I though, right? I mean, I just don't recommend dying on the hill, because this is going to be, it's the talkies now. It's so it's the last death rattle. It's the last death rattle of something, and all you got to do to make this work for you, like I know I talk about like the same things over and over. The pilot of Mad Men, the pilot episode of Mad Men, the whole episode, Draper is trying to figure out how he doesn't have the doctors anymore to say, oh, I smoke some granola. He can't lie anymore. So what's he gonna do now? What's he gonna do now? He figures it out at the very, spoiler alert, he figures it out at the very end. How do you make your cigarettes? How do you make your tobacco? Well, we roll it, we steam it, we toast it. Lucky Strikes. It's also my favorite cigarette, by the way. Second from 𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘, which is how I started in Germany. It's toasted. It's toasted. Change the conversation. That's not going to work if it's inauthentic. It's not going to work if it's inauthentic. Your ruler, Pluto, is in your third house of the mind. So it's not like you can just like change the subject to something superficial or inauthentic or fluffy or distracting, because everyone's feeling this energy. It's Scorpio season. Everyone feels like there's more, that there's something deeper. So for Scorpios, you want to change the discussion, you want to change the topic, you want to change the conversation just to a deeper truth, to something more honest, to something really real. You got to keep it real. You're supposed to show everyone else how to do that. So I also see you could be fighting with your therapist or fighting with your mentor, gurus, guides, foreigners, people very different from you. Or it could be like intellectual. This is so hot. I'm thinking of His Girl Friday. Honestly, you guys, it depends. I mean, I think it's so. She's showing me this channeling. I haven't channeled this. She hasn't shown me this in like a couple years. It's Hitchcockian, where they go back and forth until one of them scores a point. See, that's more, that feels better, doesn't it? Than people talking behind your back. So if you can like I think you have enough to get you going, a little bit to wet your beak. Now, this is going to culminate in the middle of November in honestly a pretty amazing breakthrough in your relationships. This, for some of you, is a breakup. I'm not even going to sugarcoat that. Why would I? We're talking about Scorpio here. For some of you, it's a breakup. If it is a breakup, if it's a breakup, it's like you really had to get that off your chest. For some of you, it's a liberation in like getting out of a weird emotionally incestuousness with a family member. But for some of you, it's also, it depends. Like if you post on social media, or if you have like clients, a client-based business, or you work with the public in any sort of way, or you have like an audience, it could be a breakthrough where you're really changing how you connect with them, and they're responding to you very differently. Now, on some people on the world stage is going to be like a fucking shit show, but we're right here right now, so we're trying to like help you out here. So like if you, the first half at the end of October, beginning of November, and through November to the middle of November, if you're not keeping it really real, then someone breaks up with you. Your audience quits you. They break up with you. Since 2018, you've had this issue with Uranus. When Uranus first entered your 7th house, people are just responding to you differently. Your partners have been not as predictable as you want them to be. You like being able to understand someone else's motivations. You like being able to predict what someone else is going to do. You like knowing their dirty secrets. You don't want anyone to know that about you, though. I understand that. So that's why we're here doing this right now. That full moon in mid-November that plays out to the end of November is going to trine the Pluto in Capricorn, completing the transformation of you changing your mind and also changing how you communicate with other people, either in your one-to-one partnerships, or if you have like an audience or a client-based business, how you communicate with them. Love you, Scorpios. Take very good care. Have a wonderful new moon in Scorpio. Happy birthday. Until next time together, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah. Hello, my beautiful Sagittariuses, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs. Welcome to your Scorpio new moon. All right, guys, this is a mental health thing for you guys. It's in your 12th house of secret sorrow, self-undoing, but also miracles, secret benefactors, hospitals, prisons, ashrams, meditation centers, and hotels, and far travel, anything behind the scenes, any place that you can physically go that is like away from public life. It would be a great time for meditation retreats, or for any kind of, vacation, resting. For you guys, the stamina is for healing, is for therapy, is for vacation, is for if you are launching and doing something that you're not sharing with anybody else, this is the time that you're going to be doing that. It's making this trine to Pisces, Saturn and Pisces in your 4th house. So again, this really is so much more internally based and more internally focused for you guys. So you could be working on taking care of a family issue or a home issue behind the scenes, where you're not talking to your friends about it. You're not putting it all up on social media. You're trying to manage it out of the public eye. But this, I would like you to use this. I would recommend using it for any kind of healing, any kind of working through emotional issues and working through fears. This is a house of surrender, where you just gotta let go and let God. Sweet baby Jesus, take the wheel. Like it's very much like a house. So for you, the stamina is gonna really wanna go there, so that you stabilize your emotional state of security, and so that you also feel more, how would I put this? That you feel like more confident emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually. The Mars-Pluto opposition for you guys is financial, and it has to do with possibly either a power struggle with someone else over finances. Try to stay away from that if you can. You really honestly are trying to figure out your own power, your own energy structure, your own emotions, your own baggage. Like Mars going through Cancer is trying to cut out the baggage, trying to make you more resilient. So if this is like, you know, from this year, mid to end of this year going into June 2025, if it's more like taking options off the table for you when it comes to collaborations, when it comes to loans and lines of credit, if that is like getting taken away from you, it's to make you more resilient. It's to make you to focus on your self-esteem, your skills, talents, and abilities, making more money off of your own and not relying on another person, not relying on a collaboration, not relying on a line of credit, not relying on what you can borrow. So that's, if you're trying to do that and there's power struggles, that's why. So you don't want to focus there. You want to focus on what beliefs do you have that are causing discomfort or a lack of feeling of security or a lack of belief in yourself. Like, what is it you need to, your answers are going to be answered when you go inside and you focus on yourself and you focus on the healing, on the internal world, not when you externalize it on, oh, you owe me this. Oh, I did this for you, now I get this back. Oh, co-sign this for me so that I can borrow against this. It's, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to need to like kind of analyze, you know, maybe you grew up with like a sibling that got everything and you got nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like where, just keep like asking questions to yourself to get to like the very root of it. This is a great time for therapy, a great time, you know, find out who's in your local area and support your local, I don't know, your local healer, crystal grid master, your local, I don't know. I don't know, but like find out who, you know, you really resonate with, or let yourself be sort of guided to avail someone that can help you. And that could be a great project for you to take on behind the scenes in November, because it's going to culminate in a full moon in Taurus, which is your 6th house, mid-November to the end. And that honestly could be where your body gives out. If you don't take care of things when they're on like the mental and emotional level, it's going to manifest 3 densities down physically and in your physical life. You could have a physical health breakdown. You could get fired from the day job. You could lose the day job. The staff can quit on you. You could, you know what I'm saying? Like there's going to be some kind of crazy interruption in your daily work, in your daily life. And I just don't want that to be negative. We want it to be a breakthrough. So if you get the momentum going in the end of October, beginning of November, this can culminate in a health breakthrough, and you are liberated from how it feels to feel crummy or think crummy thoughts in your mind moment to moment in your life. You're liberated from something that was holding you back from being as productive as you want to be. You're liberated from some schedule thing that was, maybe it's not even like your schedule is keeping you from like writing your great American novel. It's some belief you have about, oh, I can't for like whatever reason. Oh, my schedule, you know, crying about your schedule or whatever. It's like, you know what I'm saying? You could get like, you wake up out of that and you're able to like just actually do it, you know? So love you, Saggies. Take very good care. And but whatever that is, we're going to talk about it more later, but whatever that is, it's helping Pluto transform the finances, self-esteem, or your diet, where you're eating, drinking, smoking, and in what quantities you're eating, drinking, and smoking. This is a big health turning point for you. Love you, Saggies. Take very good care. And until our next time together, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful headstones. Capricorn, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs, welcome, willkommen. Guys, I mean, really, 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 really. It's a new moon in our 11th house of friends, groups, communities, dreams. This is where dreams come true. It's allies. It's everyone that could, it's fans. It's people that support the work that we're doing in the world. This is giving us stamina to make it real, to make dreams come true. It's making a trine to our ruler, Saturn, hey buddy, in our third house of the mind. So for Capricorns from March 2023 until 2025, we're trying to stabilize our mental health and be very serious in our contracts and deals and negotiations, what we're saying, what we're writing, what we're thinking, and how we are communicating and how we are conveying our messaging to other people. So this is maybe the beginning of an association or a group or a new friend community or a new online social media thing or a new ally sitting on a board doing a thing. And it could help these people, it could help to stabilize a writing project, communications related project, or it could even be something like with the neighborhood where someone or being part of like a group or association is helping you put down roots or solidify your roots in a neighborhood, or in a neighborhood organization or project or something like that. Now, for us, we have the Mars Pluto opposition in the relationship houses, and we have Pluto. So we've got like the power stick. How it's been is that everyone's freaking out, and we have to make everyone feel better about everyone freaking out. So it's up to you, Capricorn, to hold it down. And you could definitely have partners specifically, but just like other people like running around like chickens without heads, and they're just like losing the plot, and you've got to like calm them down and just like trust me on this. So you and us, we just have to be very laser precise and very focused on the primary relationships, keeping them healthy and having good boundaries and trying to be a good leader in these relationships. So if they go low, you gotta kind of like, come on, we're doing this together. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't afford to go low with them. You cannot afford to go there with them. You can either entrain vibrationally, bring them up, and you guys go together in the same level, or you need a boundary with them and take care of what needs to get taken care of on your own, and then they're going to come around later. So if Capricorns have to have people be mad at us for a little bit, so be it. You really got to trust yourself to know the right thing that you are doing. And if anyone threatens litigation against you, number one, it's not going to work. And number two, they're really going to regret it if there's someone close to you. So Mars is going to retrograde. Mars is already in the shadow. Anyone initiating litigation from now until next year, they're either going to be very unsuccessful, like it's going to blow up in their face, or they're going to be so sorry and regretful that they tried, and that like it's going to be like a malformed little like golem of a thing. Like it's going to be a disaster. It's going to be like an absolute disaster. So Capricorn, if anyone is threatening you with anything, or if it's your audience, if it's trolls on the internet, if it's your best friend, if it's your family member, if it's your mom, your dad, your wife, your husband, your kids, I don't care who it is. Whatever they're launching at you is going to backfire against them. So you have to be the one to be cool and calm and collected, handle everyone with the white kid gloves, and just place them in their little pens where they can do no harm to themselves or others, and you still have to go take care of the business. You still have to take care of things. You still have to be the one to be like with it enough to manage things. Okay, so we, out of every sign in the zodiac, it will be up to us to do this. But this is the year. This fall, like this little truncated moment, it's like the fall winter of 2024 that we're going to look at. We're going to look back on this 20 years from now. And Capricorns are going to know, like, that's when it happened. That's when the dream came true. That's when it started. That's when that's when change was happening. That's really when things turned. And I had to bring it home. I had to trust and believe in myself to bring us all through safely and protected. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like whatever's going on, you above all else have to trust yourself. And you have to, you know what I'm saying? So you've got to hold a lot. You got to carry a lot, and people are going to be mad at you. But you've been watching me. I mean, I'm used to most of you guys just like having already watched me for a while. So if you're new, one of the things I say about Capricorns is we can totally be okay with people hating us. We're totally okay with that. If your sons and your daughters and your family members, if everybody hates us, that's just like that. Of all the things, that's the last thing that gets under our skin. It's like humor. It's humorous. They'll get over it. They'll be okay. You know what I'm saying? So you have to have that attitude and that confidence that you do know what's best for everyone. You are empowered. This is the last bit of Pluto and Capricorn. Our bones are made right now. And the payoff is fucking amazing. Let them be mad at you. Let them. Let them be mad at you. You don't have to convince them. They could be very irrational. And whatever actions they take against the Capricorn, they're going to be very sorry. So if it's people you love, if it's people you're close with, you've got to soften it for them by not going low and not, getting ugly. You got to just let them stomp off or be passive aggressive. And they're going to thank you. Oh, thank God, Capricorn held it together. They're going to get it June 2025. So it's going to be easier for Capricorns because, oh my God, I that used to be when before I went through like my ego deaths. Oh my God, I almost loved it when people hated me and were mad at me, or, don't go there. Don't go like that. But just a little, just enough of a grit about us to give you healthy confidence to do what you got to do, take care of business, hold it down so you can be with it and move through this because you have stamina. This is successful. This is culminating in a full moon, the middle of November, that like, this is going to be when your creative passion projects just like skyrocket. This could be fame for some of you. This could be your children becoming really successful. Your children have a breakout moment, a milestone moment in their lives. This is when you sell something. This is when you publish something. This is when you debut something. This is when you fall in love. This is when you are, this is like a liberating, breathtaking breakthrough for Capricorns mid-November to the end of November. And it's like your soul, your heart just like opens really, really, really wide. So that's going to be through a creative passion project. It's going to be through falling in love. It's going to be through your children. It's going to be through your small business exploding into like, this could be, because it's Uranus, it could go from like nothing to everything. Like there's no stopping at little steps in between. So it's really worth it. If you can get through the end of October, beginning of November, blah, 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 it's really, really, really worth it. And honestly, I would say that we already got through the worst of it, like the hardest of it. So yeah, let them be mad for a little bit. It's not long at all. It's not long at all. Okay. And then, as that full moon hits mid-November, that helps to complete the transformation that we're going through with the last little leg of Pluto and Capricorn, not coming back for like a couple hundred years. So it's going to be very full in the heart, and it's going to help our identity and cement our identity, transform and overhaul our identity and our relationship with our children, with our passion projects, with our love lives, with our own inner children, our own inner child. It's a good feeling and it's worth it. Love you, Capricorns. Take good care. Enjoy this Scorpio new moon. And until our next time together, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Hello. Welcome, willkommen, my Aquarius brothers and sisters. Welcome to our, you guys know I say it all the time, I have my moon in Aquarius and I have my Mercury in Aquarius. It's our Scorpio new moon in our 10th house of career, reputation, parental consciousness. If you are a parent, this is how you parent. If, well, you, of course, are someone's child. So unless you really are alien, but this is also your relationship to your parents, is what I'm so inarticulately trying to say. But this is also how people see you in your community, like people seeing us, like you as a parent, also professionally, the head of a company, or in a marriage. This is also your marriage and your marriage partners, because, hey, I don't make the rules here, okay? This is just society that, your status, if you are married or divorced or single or whatever, that is your 10th house. That is society seeing Aquarius as a married person, divorced person, whatever person. It's that. And it's also like bosses, CEOs, and other VIPs that you're, associating with, or your boss if you have a boss. So this is the time of the year. It's going to be kind of special because this is like, you could really make some amazing strides, Aquarius, professionally, in your parental consciousness, where you're like healing your parental wounds as a parent with your children or with your own parents. You could be healing something about your reputation, something about your career. This is stamina. Scorpio is stamina. So we are being gifted the gift of stamina for professional achievements, for parental achievements, for marital achievements. So this trine to Saturn in the second house, love this for money, love this for finances. This is like, if you're launching something, end of October coming into November with this new moon, you are making money from it. This is good for your bottom line. This is good for also your self-confidence and your own skills, talents, and abilities. So it's like there could be a turning a new page, turning a new leaf for yourself professionally, that also lines the pocketbook, that is also good for you financially. So I would say go for it. Go balls to the walls. It's helping to stabilize your finances. It's helping to, to do something as a parent, to do something in your marriage is going to help your finances, going to help your self-esteem, going to help you feel good about yourself. And the the only little caveat to this is this Mars-Pluto opposition. So Pluto's in our 12th house of secret sorrow, self-undoing, and it's really seizing our subconscious. So if you do healing, like therapy, you're helping to pull some of that stress and pressure off. If you do psychic work, if you do like writing or any jobs that are behind the scenes, like a screenwriter would be like behind the scenes, like as an example, you're pulling some of the stress or the pressure away from it being like a freaking meltdown or going to prison or something. So this is also, and I do know some Aquarius, I've seen some Aquariuses spin out and going to prison. So this would be that if you're cross watching. The 12th house is prisons, ashrams, meditation centers, hotels, but it can also be very far distance travel. It could also be zoo animals, like big animals. So it's like, you know, it's going to be kind of different for everybody, but it is going to be psychological. It is going to be like, I just see us really working something out either behind the scenes or you're like having some kind of health issue that is either physical in nature or it's psychological in nature. And it's probably psychosomatic. So it's probably you making yourself sick. There's something psychological that maybe you're not taking care of on that level. You're not talking to a therapist. You're not, I don't know, emotionally healing, and it's manifesting 3 densities down into physical reality, because first it starts as a thought, then it becomes a feeling, then it becomes a fact. And now your body is like revolting against you. So, you know, it would be better to, honestly, this has been working on you since 2008 with Pluto in the 12th house, our 12th house. So it's like the tail end of it. You've got to just like give yourself like one last little push, because I feel like Aquas, there's like insecurities or there's fears that are kind of irrational. It's, I feel like for you, it's realizing there was nothing to be afraid of. There is no boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel, so it's like you get 2 weeks, or you get like end of October coming into November, up until the middle of November, to give yourself like a jump start, ignite, like light the ignition to give yourself the stamina to overcome some fear so that you can be in a marriage or show up to your marriage or be a better parent, show up as a better parent, or arrive in your career, show up to your career and be the professional that everyone needs you to be. Guys, I've been having this like identity crisis for like the past, let's see, 2019, 2021, 22, 23, 24, like a 6-year long identity crisis with how like, and I'm so like, I went on YouTube, like I didn't even make a separate YouTube account for tarot, and I used my real name. Like I didn't even, I just did. So, you know, it's like the sooner you embrace who you really are and live that authentically and let the truth change your life, the happier you really will be. So I feel like Aquarius is, you just got to get over yourself in some way, shape, or form. Get over your fears, get over your hangups, get over your whatever, whatever. Face, honestly, like now, me now, I feel so good when I face a fear. It feels like nothing, like you might think it feels better to get your way. It doesn't. It feels so much better to face the fear and realize that it's not that scary. And it just deflates. All the power just like fizzles out. That feels immense. That feels amazing. And that's what I want for all of us. So you know, be who you got to be in the world, do what you got to do, be in your marriage, be in your, you know, because there's like a status change for aquas. You can take your career to like a whole new height. You could be the best parent ever. You could like transform your marriage. You could, you know, it's like it's deep and it's really amazing. And it'd be so good to stabilize your self-esteem, your confidence in yourself, your money. Okay. If you can stay focused and laser precise with the actions that you're taking day to day. For aquas, it's what are you doing all day, every day? Are you just like scrolling TikTok, and are you just like watching YouTube videos all day about like the news? Are you like getting some fresh air? Are you working out? Are you taking care of your body? Are you getting your heart rate up? Are you drinking enough water? Are you working with staff? Are you, you know, what's, there's something about your schedule, your everyday life, or like I've said in a previous video, you could be working through grudges. Maybe it's really hard for you to do anything because you've got some grudge or some hang up that you cannot stop obsessing about, that you cannot stop thinking about, that you cannot stop. You know, it's something that's like, or that fear, that anxiety that's like overtaking the physical health, that's overtaking your daily life, it's overtaking your, it's drawing your focus away. So you could actually have energy issues. You could be tired. You could be, you know what I'm saying? Like there could be, you sleep all day, every day, and it's still not enough. It's, you know what I'm saying? So like really watch for like energy issues and energy fluctuations, watch for psychosomatic illnesses, watch for any and all of that. Because if you can just stay focused and have really amazing boundaries with your health and with your attention, wherever you place that attention, the electromagnetic energy accumulates in mass and density. And whatever this boogeyman is, whatever you're afraid of, for me, I'm not afraid of being cursed or anyone doing dark magic, black magic on me, or like voodoo, who, like, I'm not afraid of any of that. Because I mean, number one, I'm a professional. I know what to do with it. I had someone's ancestors actually show up because someone literally sent them to me to harm me. And I couldn't, but they emailed me like, oh, I'm gonna do da 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 da. And you know, I was like, yeah. Right? Bro, like a couple hours later, I'm like doing my work. Their ancestors showed up. And there was like 3 or 4 of them. And it was hilarious because, first of all, they looked at me like, her. And I looked at them like, first, I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And then, like, this is all like telepathic. I told them, like, we had this like telepathic communication and they fucking left. And that was it. Like, it's like there. So if you are, I'm just, this is me. Like, I can only give you like examples from like my life. Maybe this has nothing to do with anything like that, but I'm just like illustrating the point that, like, if you like, just don't be afraid of it. Like, whatever you're afraid of, like, it's not bad. It's not that bad. It's not, you know, so it's like if you're afraid of anything, if you're afraid of people, whatever, you know, it's like you're gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's not that bad. So like, if anything, this would be a great time for you to actually avail the services of staff, therapists, healers, physical therapists, anyone that could work for you to help you with a physical problem, like a health issue, or to manage your workload, or to take care of like a mental health or a psychological health or something like that. Okay. If anything, this would be best for that. And that's going to help you with the career. It's going to help you with the reputation. It's going to help you with the marriage or the parental consciousness. And that could be a wonderful way to work that like really intense energy. Then you're just like therapy, 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 and you're like healing, 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 and it's like you're working through all the things. So that would be like the best use of it. It culminates in a full moon in Taurus in the fourth house of home and hearth and kith and kin. So listen, this is going to be fireworks in your home life and your family life. And if you really just keep ignoring things and you don't confront your fears and get over your fears, this is going to rock your world emotionally, and it's not going to feel good. It's going to feel very destabilizing, and you're not, you know what I'm saying? Like you've got to like put in the work the first half of November to make any surprises from the middle to the end of November a lot easier for yourself. This can also be a family member acting in a very unpredictable way, in a way that you do not like expect or maybe even like approve of. Because that full moon, not only is it with Uranus, but it's trining Pluto in Capricorn, trying to complete the transformation in your subconscious. So it's like if you don't show up, maybe as a parent to your child, the end of October, beginning of November, they might just do what they're going to do anyway and say, you know what, I love you so much. And if you don't believe that, if I haven't proved this enough to you and you're not with me, then I'm going to do what I'm going to do anyway because it's my life. And they go off and do something and you are like feeling betrayed and you are feeling like you're having a whole different version of reality. And it's like you didn't show up and you know what I'm saying? You didn't take responsibility for showing up as the parent, as the professional, in the marriage. And then all of a sudden, now people are acting in ways that are very averse, that you are averse to, but you had an opportunity to get over yourself and be part of it. So they, a family member, in them doing what they feel is right for themselves, is catalyzing your growth, but it may not be in the way that you would prefer because you've been resistant to it. But if you haven't, if you are open to getting over your fears and getting over yourself, then this could be liberation, mid to end of November, a liberation from ancestral things that held you back, early family conditioning that's held you back, and the way you grew up that held you back. And you're free and you and your family are happy and you're getting over some big thing. And it's like, hallelujah, everybody rejoice, everyone be happy together. And together the family elevates, and together everyone you can share it with them and they're sharing it with you, and it's kumbaya with your family. So walk into the new moon with the stamina and the determination and the self-esteem to confront your fears, health issues, maybe even like fears of dying or something like that, and like avail the people that could help you, be open-minded, and you will be right as rain, you'll be good as gold. Okay. I love you. Have a great Scorpio new moon, my lovely Aqua brothers and sisters. Until our next time together, my loves, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. And then for the Pisces, sun signs, moon signs, and rising signs, welcome, willkommen to your Scorpio new moon in your 9th house. This, for you, all of November is about changing your mind, your belief systems, maybe even your relationship to a guru, mentor, guide, speaker, marketer, publisher, foreigner, anyone that's very different from you, or yourself as a speaker, as a publisher, as a marketer, as anyone learning, like a student, or sharing information, education, and knowledge as an authority on some kind of matter. So you are looking like you're trying to launch something here, consciously or unconsciously, when it comes to either learning and absorbing new ideas or philosophies and world beliefs, life beliefs. It's making the trine to Saturn in your sign. So it's like consciously or unconsciously, Pisces are trying to like grow up with the integrity, the morality, the world view, and like like get really serious about it. Or maybe some Pisces are like going to college or learning something in school, taking up some kind of, being an apprentice and learning something, or as a teacher, showing someone else the ropes, showing someone else the way. For you, the precision energy that you're going to have great boundaries and act very appropriately is creatively. I kind of like it better for you guys because it looks like you're really driven to procreate, have, conceive children, have children. Maybe your children, maybe there's special needs, or maybe they have they might really need you right now at this time. Or maybe a lover needs you very much so, and you're like really driven to be with them and interact. Or it's like a creative passion project that you're just like obsessed with. It's like I love it for you because it's almost like your friends and groups and your allies, you have the same goals, and together you're able to fully express your creative potential, and these people are helping you do that. And so for you, you guys are going to probably be more obsessed like you and your friends, and you and your lovers, you and your creative collaborators, you and your children. Like these are the people that you're just so excited to align with them and work with them, and make something beautiful, make something entertaining, make something unique. And any one of these things, a lover, a child, a creative passion project, could help you transform a goal or a dream coming true. So if I were you, I'd be very open-minded to people in the month of November, because that corresponding full moon in the middle to the end of November, if you can have the stamina and keep an open mind and learn as much as possible, or share what you know with others very consistently and strongly and with depth, then by the time you get to the full moon mid-November to the end of November, it's in your third house. And that's you may complete a communications related project. You can complete some messaging that you're trying to get out. You can complete a manuscript. You can complete a manual. You can complete putting everything that all of your creative juice into something people could read and open and close, and scroll and read online, and disseminate into the neighborhood. This could be like your Gutenberg Bible. This could be your, is that right? You know what I'm saying? This could be your Martin Luther thesis thing. This could be where you are sharing some big message and disseminating it and letting everybody know. This can also be amazing if there's something going on with your neighborhood or with your siblings or in your local environment where you could really kind of be celebrated. It has Uranus there, so it's really hard to say which way that's going to go, because it could be, I would say keep an open mind, because this can also be a meeting or a communication or a message or an email or a phone call, something that really changes the game and surprises you, and it just surprises you. It's just surprising and unexpected. So but whatever that is, it is going to trine over to Pluto and Capricorn in that 11th house. So it's almost like there's a conversation that you have with an ally, with a friend, group, community, association, a board, a club, social media, some community. It could be an honoring, an award or something, but it's just some kind of communication that could really solidify and help Pluto overhaul and transform your involvement in this group or community. But like I said, I feel like it's also just the dream coming true and having the people there to help you make a dream come true. And it's you have the aligned goals. You know what I'm saying? So I just like it a lot. I really, really do. Okay. Have a beautiful new moon in Scorpio, Pisces. Take very good care until our next time together, my loves. Many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful hearts, darlings. Mwah.